What's going on, everyone? It's Justin. We're back at it again. It is Wednesday, February the 28th. Almost March, although it's felt pretty nice outside lately, and it doesn't feel like February. Yesterday it was 74 degrees. I was in a t-shirt. I was playing disc golf. It was really nice out. And then overnight it got really cold. We had some rain last night. I worked till like 8 o'clock, and then we got, I guess, some snow overnight. You can see the ground over there, but there's some snow on it. So yeah, it went from 75 degrees all the way down to like 10 degrees or something. The wind chill was like below zero. Currently 20 degrees outside. Anyways, I was thinking about doing a ride along video, and I was gonna do some door dashing, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna turn the DoorDash on. It's currently 11:40, and I turned it on at 11:30. Like usual, there's a bunch of offers that I didn't even want to take. One of them looked okay, but I didn't really want to leave and miss out on a potential Walmart Spark order. So I'm sitting there, I get a curbside offer that wasn't that great, and then the next curbside was $38 and change. Not only that, but the tip on there was like 30 bucks. $8 delivery, $30.85 for the tip. And it's only 2 drop-offs. One of them is like kind of a small order, 19 items. The other says medium order, 63 items, so that one's probably going in my trunk. I just put this bin in my car the other day. I found it in my garage, and it's gonna work great for these curbside orders. Instead of just throwing it in my back seat, I can throw everything in there. And then if I have a third order, I can set it, to the side or whatever, and it doesn't get mixed up. But anyways, I want to do this video, just talk about why I think Walmart Spark, at least in my area, is the best app to use for gig work. This might not be true in your area. If you look all across the US, there's areas that are better for DoorDash, there's areas that are better for Instacart. So you gotta kind of figure out your area and what works best. As far as for me, for this small town, doing DoorDash and Uber Eats, you barely ever get offers that pop up on the screen. For DoorDash, you can get a lot of offers, but everything seems to be, you drive 8 miles and you get $6 or something. And it's like, then you got to drive all the way there and all the way back, because there's only one zone really where you can get food orders, unless you go to the next town over or the next town over that way or whatever. So it's just not a lot of money to be made on DoorDash. And then not only that, but you got to sit around and wait for orders. Like last night I got a double at Taco Bell for like $14.50. I'm like, hey, this is actually not a bad order, I got in there was another dasher in there, and he said he had been waiting for like 30 minutes. It was crazy. There was only like 2 people working the joint. I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna sit around and wait like all this time just for these 2 orders to come out. And at that time, a Walmart Spark order that was a shopping order for like $24 popped up. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna ditch these DoorDashes and go do this Spark order, But anyways, the first reason would probably be because of the dollar amount on the offers that you're getting. Every now and then you might be able to get a decent sized Instacart shopping order. The other day I took one for like 30 bucks. It ended up going out of town further than what it showed on the map. So I called them and I got like a $5 bump. So it bumped it up to like $36. So that wasn't bad, but my total time was like an hour. Whereas if I was doing a $35 shopping order at Walmart, my total time would be like 40 minutes, 45 minutes at most. I can knock the shopping out way faster at Walmart than I can at Aldi or, Piggly Wiggly or wherever they send me. But just the sheer amount of money that you're making per offer on Walmart Spark just can't be beat in my area with any other app. For instance, yesterday, I didn't start working until later in the afternoon. I took 6 orders with Spark. I was done about 8 o'clock. I think I worked like 5 to 6 hours for 6 offers. I took 2 offers over $24. I took one that almost $33, $20 plus, a $23 plus, and a $29 offer. So right around $155 for 6 offers. That's over $25 per offer. And even if you're only taking 1 offer per hour, let's say you're sitting at the curbside and you're taking 1 curbside per hour, you're really not doing that much work. You're really not working the whole hour. So it's like you're getting paid an hour's wages for doing like a half hour of work. And then if you're taking shopping orders, yeah, you're in the store shopping. Once you get, really good at it, it doesn't take you as much time. And you only have to deliver to 1 customer instead of delivering to 2 or 3 customers potentially. Number 2, how much money you can make in a day. Now, obviously this goes hand in hand with how much the offers are for. Yeah, just the sheer fact that you're getting high dollar offers, your average offer is high, and you're going to be able to make a higher amount of money in the day in less time. For instance, yesterday I did like $150, like I said, in like 6 hours, probably 5 to 6 hours. If you're doing DoorDash, it's probably going to take you 7 or 8 hours. You're going to drive way more miles. Which leads me into number 3. You drive way less miles doing Spark per dollar than you do on any of these other apps. I can usually average around $2 per mile. So if I do $1,200 for the week, I probably only drove 600 miles. If I was doing like DoorDash and I was working my butt off, and maybe I'd make 1,000 in a week if I was lucky, probably wouldn't be able to do that. But let's say I did, I'm probably driving like 800 miles or something. So I'm making less money and driving more miles. Incentive program. Yes, there was some incentives on Instacart when I first started, and usually it was like you're guaranteed to make so much money. You take 6 deliveries and you're guaranteed $80 or something, you know, whatever it was. It might sound decent on paper, but it really wasn't that great of a deal. I only remember one instance where it was like a decent amount of money and I took all the orders and I thought they included like the tips in there. And then when I finished my last order for the day and I looked at how much they bumped me for the difference, and they did not include the tips, so I was like super ecstatic about how much I made. Obviously that wouldn't even be a good day doing Walmart Spark, so it really isn't that big of a deal now, but back then it was like, oh my God, I did pretty good that day. As far as DoorDash, they don't have any incentive programs. It's just peak pay. Sometimes you'll see $1 extra or something like that. It's not really that common around here. But Walmart will just routinely throw up like, okay, take 6 deliveries in a day and we'll give you an extra $30. When you're already doing, let's say like yesterday where I did $155 for 6 orders, you add 30 on top of that and now you're at $185. 6 hours, that's over $30 an hour. So in my area, there's really no beating the amount of money that you can make in a day. There's no beating the incentive programs. There's no beating how much you're making per offer. Next point I want to make, how easy they make the shopping. In Walmart, they tell you pretty much exactly where everything is. And now they even have a part where you can scroll down from the top and it shows you the store and it'll show you a pinpoint location of like where your item is. I've learned the store pretty much at this point, so I know where everything is pretty much. Every now and then it'll be some weird oddball item where I get a little bit confused and maybe I have to ask somebody or whatever, but just going through the store and finding all the items, it's so quick and easy. Also, when you hit start shopping, it'll show you what item to get first, and if you follow that and just get every item as they tell you, you can get through the store a lot quicker, I've noticed, which I didn't really do when I first started. I would look at the list and be like, okay, there's item over in this area, I should go get that first, and then you're constantly looking at the screen and trying to figure out what aisle things are on and which area you need to go to next and everything. And if you just do the start shopping and just do it as they tell you, it's pretty efficient, it's pretty fast, and you just take all the thinking out of it. It's really a good system, and I've definitely gotten better at the shopping because I've been doing that lately, but just how easy they make the shopping. And then also, if items aren't in stock, you just say items not in stock, and then if the person has substitutes turned on, the system already has items in the system that will be substitutes for that item. They'll tell you the item that you're going to substitute and where it's located, and then if they don't have that, then you go to the next substitute. And if they still don't have any of those items, it'll allow you to make your own substitute. The only issue I've had is sometimes the customer will say, well, can you get this item instead, or this item? And then you go to add that item in as a substitute and it won't let you because it's too different from the original item, or it's too much price difference or whatever, even though the customer's telling you to do it. And if you put it on there, they will accept it, and it doesn't seem to matter. And I wish they would change that, obviously, but nothing's perfect. And I'm not saying Walmart Spark is the most perfect app out there, because there's things that they need to change. But in this video, we're just comparing apples to apples. Maybe we'll do another video in the future where we talk about the things that they should change. The tips. Walmart Spark has good tips on it. For instance, this order had $30 in tips with these 2 customers. Why do I think that is? For one, with like DoorDash, Uber Eats, you're delivering someone food, it's just like a one-time deal. People aren't spending a lot of money. They're not looking to like give you a really big tip. Plus, they're already getting hit with all these fees before they're even getting to your tip. Same thing with Instacart. There's fees for the Instacart. They're buying all their groceries, they're spending all this money, and then like they get to the end and they're like, oh, do you want to add a tip? And they're less likely to add a bigger amount of a tip on there. I feel like with Spark, people have like a subscription and they pay like a monthly fee, so they're like ordering all their stuff and they're not getting like charged all these fees. So once they get to the tip section, they're more likely to put like a decent sized tip on there. Plus, they're getting like a whole bunch of groceries, a lot of them are. So like this order I'm taking was 70 items. They got so many items that they're more likely to give a bigger tip on there. Looks like my order's coming out. I'll talk to you guys part 2 later on. All right, we're back at Walmart. It's 12:23, so we're waiting on the next hour's offers. The amount of work that you have to do to make the money is way less with Spark than it is with a lot of these other apps. So with DoorDash, you have to go to the restaurant, you have to go inside, you have to pick the food up, confirm it and everything. And a lot of times you're waiting around. Yeah, you do have to wait around sometimes with the Spark, but when you're getting way more money for the offer, it's worth it more. When you're waiting at McDonald's or wherever the heck you're going and you're waiting on a $5 offer and you're sitting there for 10 minutes waiting for your food, clock is ticking and you're just literally losing money. All right, I think we covered most of the reasons why Spark is superior, at least in my area. Like I said, obviously in your area, it might not be that great. It really depends. A lot of it has to do with the tips. Obviously, around here, the tips are really good, and that's what makes the offers good. For instance, the offer I took that was almost $39, over $30 was tips, so it would have just been like an $8 offer had the customers not tipped, and that wouldn't have even been worth it to me. Like all the other apps, you'll have offers that just aren't worth it, and you just have to decline them, and then you have to wait for the good offers. So yeah, higher pay, higher offers, more money per offer. Work isn't that hard. You make more money in a day. Pay is more fair. I really wonder how long this is gonna last. If you look at all the other apps, you know, once upon a time they were really good and people were making good money, and then they got greedy, corporate greed. They took all the money and pay the workers way less money. But all you can do is prepare for the worst and hope for the best, you know. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.